Question: can lower income folks save some more of their own hard earned money? Of course. We'll talk about this back in a minute. This is Jan from New York City. Love helping people keep some more of their own hard earned money. Could that be you? All right. Anyone can save money. Anyone, even people on lower incomes, can save money. The only difference is that it might take a little longer and it'll be on a smaller scale. But a very important thing to have is the right mindset, the willingness, the wantingness to get the job done. All right. So let's get started with this. I know it sounds crazy, but let's lose some of that junk food from our lives. So junk food does comprise a lot of the money that is spent at the grocery store. Time and time again, many people have said it before me. Many people will say it after me, that a lot of people spend a lot of money, way too much money on junk food. Is it possible that you might be doing that? Examine your own list and see what is going on. I'm not saying don't ever have any junk food. Have a lot less. Maybe just like get one treat per week type thing. You'll be shocked and amazed how much that can save. Next, don't drink milk as like your personal beverage. Like, back in the old days, I always saw kids on those TV shows drinking practically gallons and gallons of milk a day as a beverage. That could be really expensive, and it's not necessarily the best for you, believe it or not. I know we were trained to think differently, but I am no nutritionist. Just saying. I like to use milk, for example, as maybe a little bit of a lightener to my tea or coffee, or I use it in basic recipes. But to sit down and drink glasses of milk, I don't do that. I'm just saying this has helped me save. Maybe it'll help you save. You have to figure it out. Don't be afraid to accept help from friends and family. They may know that you might be having a little bit of a struggle, probably of a temporary nature. If they want to grant you a little gift, some sort of monetary gift, don't stop them. They want to. It makes them feel better. And if you can use the help for your family and for yourself, hey, that's not the time to be prideful. There's times and there are times. That is not the time. If your family sees that you're in a little bit of a bind and they want to help you out, hey, let them. I'm just saying. All right. Now this sounds, really important, and it is. Find out if your family's income, if your income actually qualifies you to meet the Supplementary Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as SNAP, used to be called food stamps. Some families are qualified and maybe they don't even realize it. Check into it, check in your local city, and state information on those government websites to find out if you qualify, because that alone, whatever it is that they may grant your family, if you're qualified, will help you defray. And the whole purpose of it is to help you defray the other costs of your necessary other bills, for example, like utility bills. And by the way, while we're at it, find ways to lower your utility bills. I know many people say it. I know it feels like you've heard it all before, and you probably did, but there's a reason for it. Why? Because all of those actions, these are actionable steps to actually being able to save. I mean it. Okay, some seniors may qualify for certain discounts on their bills. Every state varies. Check into it. Find out in your state, is there any sort of discount for anything for senior citizens? And hey, listen, if you qualify for it, go for it. Again, this equivocates into saving money. Go for it. Plan ahead with make-ahead meals, with make-ahead cooking, and become a little bit of a bean counter. I cannot emphasize this enough. No, you're not sitting around counting actual beans. What you're doing is calculating how many days of the month are there, what you do have, divided by that number, and figure into the figure the amount of mouths you are serving each day. It's a little bit of a trick, but you do it and you get your answer. Math does not lie. As much as I'm like not the greatest fan of math, we need math. And math is honest and math always tells the truth. Math does not lie. So take out your little calculator. If you're listening to me on a phone, more than likely you have a built-in calculator. So don't say I can't figure it out. Just get out your calculator. A little bit of math, a little bit of planning ahead with a little bit of easy to make batch cooking can assure you some meals in the future. All right. Recently, I was looking at some cans of soup, the types that have like chunky type of vegetables and meat in it. And some of them, their prices are like $3.59 all the way up to $5.99. I know for a fact that a friend of mine paid $5.99 for one of those cans. And I asked myself, this type of soup is very similar to a stew, like someone used to call a stoop. It's not quite a soup, but it's not quite a stew. It's more like a stoop. I'll never forget how that person used to call it that. But let me tell you something. Can we not figure out our own ways to make our own things like that and just like batch it up, divide it up? $3.59 for a can. Okay, good for two people. Well, if we're going to spend that much money, fork out that much money, I would get inexpensive vegetables, cheaper cuts of meat. I would make more in bulk, maybe go for another dollar or two and get like about how many more servings out of it? Many more. So these are things we could do. We just have to want to. And it's not like humongous stuff that, we could do. It's just like little things, Try to stay away from single one type meal things. I mean, I know once in a while it's great. I'm talking about the prepared convenient ones that you have like just one serving out of it and then you're done. And a lot of times they're a lot of money. For example, those little lasagnas, they could be like $4 or $5. Those single only lasagnas, that is a lot in my honest. That really, really is a lot. Can you do something to multiply it and make a similar, not exactly the same thing, a similar item on the cheap and divide it up into single serving dishes and freeze? I get it. You want the convenience. Maybe just you want that meal one night. I get that. There's no reason that we have to put out so much extra cash, and that's where we lose. So the next one is really important. Follow the dollar a day. I'm going to add a new word or two to it. A dollar a day or more plan every single month. What does that mean? Well, get into the habit of paying yourself first. Example, let's say it's the beginning of the month. Let's say that's the time of the month that you receive your major league income. Take out a dollar amount that works for you, that's realistic for you to pay yourself with. Let's say I'm just going to use this number as an example. Dollar a day is $31. Bump it up $9 more. Turn it into $40. Take $40 out of your money and put it to the side, whether it is digitally put to the side, whether it is in green in an envelope put to your side. Put it away. You don't have to announce it to the whole family. Sometimes doing things without announcing things to others might be your best bet, because there's always inevitably a person that'll say, that's only $40, but yeah, meantime, if times are really tough and you realize, hey, wait a minute, at the end of the month, you have that little secret stash there that'll get you through to your last week of the month, which is notoriously a very tough time for many. So if you get into these habits every single day without even blinking an eyelash, you will start saving. It may not be grandiose amounts, but it may be enough for one day to put it into a high yield account. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day, everybody. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because you're helping the algorithm raise this channel's appearance, and other people can get some help from this channel. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Take good care now. Bye-bye.